Hey, what's up everybody? It is Kellen here again from Start Your Systems, and welcome to another edition of MX vs. ATV All Out. Gameplay, customization, I guess we could basically call this career mode at this point because we are continuing on with the Arenacross series today, and this is the second Arenacross race I've done. We're going to try to get a little bit deeper into it today. Looks like I just ripped a fat hole shot. The only thing I have done since the original video, if you've watched it or maybe you haven't, is I got the first engine upgrade, the engine package upgrade on this 250F. I don't know how much that's really gonna help, to be honest, but just figured spend the money wisely, I guess, right? Tune the engine out so that it is on like the max settings, and we're just gonna run it. We're gonna try to go from there and see if I can maybe win one of these races. This is on medium difficulty, the AI and such, and I'm still getting my tail whooped here. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there some secret way? Like, do I lean back in more areas? Like, what am I doing? Because it seems like I'm like sliding out in the corners too much comparatively to other riders. I don't know if that's just the way the AI is programmed, or if I'm just terrible at the game, or what have you. I know it's kind of funny to say sliding out too much in the corners because it really looks like I'm on rails all the way through the corner. But that's just the case, that I'm legitimately coming into the corners and sliding just a little bit, and thus I'm losing time to now Roncata, who's leading. One thing I've noticed with this game so far, since I've gotten into it a little bit more, is that the clutch is actually fairly useful. Not in the sense that you would normally use a clutch, like normally you'd want to get into a corner, lay it into a rut, and like feather it out. But if you're losing a lot of momentum in the corner, namely if you slide out or what have you, the clutch kind of can save you. You can tap it once or twice and it'll kind of not get your momentum back to where it was, but it'll at least kind of boost you out of the corner a little bit. So keep that in mind for those of you new players out there trying to pick this up and play it for the first time. Utilize the clutch, and hopefully that will help. Of course, I'm no expert because I'm pretty bad at this game, as you can tell. Picking up another not victory, but at least it's the second this time, so I got on the podium, right? Getting some more credits, and hopefully my goal with this video is to get enough credits to go in and then just completely make a new gear setup, you know? Let's get some fresh new gear, new helmet, goggles, gloves, boots, the whole 9 yards. Oh man, it's still kind of setting in a little bit. MX vs. ATV All Out coming out, early access on the consoles. It'll be available on the PC on the 27th, so if you're watching this video from the time it's released, which is the 23rd, until the 27th, unfortunately PC users will not get it until then. I will also get it on the PC. So I'm playing on PS4. You've seen so far that my name shows up as Osari, O-S-A-R-I. Feel free to add me on PS4 if you want. I honestly don't play a ton on my PS4, but I occasionally get on and have a little fun sesh with some people, so if you want to add me, don't hesitate. I will add you right back. And like I said, I also will get this on PC, so when I get it on PC, I will tell you my Steam name. Alright, I'm going to try to win one of these things, because so far it has not really gone my way. These Arenacross tracks are pretty gnarly, because they're really not too Arenacrossy. They're just like these gigantic indoor tracks. The lanes are huge. The stadiums are huge too. Arenacross is obviously, it should be in an arena. So not very Arenacrossy, to be honest with you, but still pretty unique. Lots of corners on these tracks too, back and forth, switchback type corners. I'm starting to feel like being in the air is more of a benefit than being on the ground. Seems like when I'm floating in the air I'm going faster, but that's definitely not how it works in real life, so I'm trying to stay on the ground. But I also really badly want to win one of these things. Alright, what can I tell you about this game? Well, I can tell you that the terrain deformation actually does something, which I know is a question I feel like a lot of people wanted to know an answer to. You can see ruts developing slowly here and there. I mean, I'm not racing in races that are long enough to really see it. You can see that first corner rut right there, and then most of the AI seems to be going down that right side right there. But if you go over where they laid ruts, I mean, it has made a divot, and that divot, you can dive in there and actually lay it over yourself into that divot. So, I mean, obviously it's a rut, it's not a divot, but I'm just calling it by what it kind of looks like from when you're viewing it. It works, it really does, in my opinion at least. I feel like in some sense you might be going a little bit too fast for it to ever matter that much, because you kind of can go fast by just jumping over ruts and going back and forth across the track and doing stuff like that. But I really do feel like the ruts help in some sense. And finally, I got my first race victory, and I took the lead in the points series, so things are looking up. I got a gold medal up there. Nice. So I wonder if I have to like go back and complete those other ones, but we'll move on to the next one. I'm just going to get through the entire Arenacross series, like actually complete all the races, and hopefully that earns me enough credits to build a sweet setup, gear, get that all squared away so I look good for the next some odd videos, and then I can focus on improving the bike, get it as best as I can get it. One thing that is quite noticeable in MX vs ATV All Out, if you're going to compare it to Monster Energy Supercross, is you do not level up or get as many credits as quickly as you do. Monster Energy Supercross, they just throw you like, oh, you want to race? Here's 50,000 credits, which, like, I guess in real life, if you're on a factory team, you probably get $50,000 if you win a race. But I was kind of like, that was really weird how that whole thing's structured. So seems a little bit more realistic-esque in this game. I guess we'll see once we get to like the pro racing stuff whether that's still the case. But right now, I'm not getting like oodles of noodles of cash hand over fist. It's really just in small-ish increments, a couple thousand here and there for a race victory. Alright, so this track, which is Tucson, is a track that I've actually seen played already before in a video. This is the first one I've seen that like I recognize, and interestingly enough, which now kind of makes my point about the tracks being ginormous in these giant stadiums valid, is that this track I saw was actually played in a video where someone was doing the UTV. It was like the, I forget what it was called. It was like, I want to call it Omnicross, thinking back to the Untamed days and Reflex and stuff like that, but that's not what it was. It was called something else. But yeah, they raced UTVs on this track, so that's what I'm thinking of that I saw on this. Which leads me to believe that when I do the UTV events in career mode later on, we will again be riding this track. It's not lagging as bad in the Arenacross stuff. Still getting a little bit of frame lag here and there. If you did watch my first video, you'll notice first race I did had quite a bit of frame lag, which unfortunately, you know, I can't control. I want to show off the game to you guys, and so because of that, I'm also showing maybe a side that people don't really enjoy, and that is the frame lag side of it. The tough blocks, practically non-existent. The AI goes through them, I go through them. You could say that's a good or a bad thing. I heard a lot of people complaining in Monster Energy Supercross that the tough blocks were too tough, like it's just hitting concrete blocks every time, which I get because I was one of them that got stuck on one for a very long time. But I don't know if the answer to that is making them as light as a feather and you can run through them anytime, because it really doesn't solve anything. Like, it doesn't really keep you on the track. Alright, got the victory here as well, picking up the dubs. Interestingly enough, it seems like the game is getting easier. Maybe I'm just getting better. Alright, now I've got a nearly 10-point lead, and we got one more race to go. I've done that one, and I've done that one, so we got Tacoma, Washington left to go. And then I will be done with Arenacross, and then we're going to go ahead and edit some gear. Use these credits wisely. Spend your money wisely. As my dad once said, it's not a fashion show. So quit complaining about your bootstrap being loose and get back on the track. My dad was not a crazy mini dad. I grew up racing in a pretty well-tempered environment. Maybe that's why I never went pro. Maybe I never was a crazy mini dad family person. Right. So I was thinking that this track was going to be pretty bland because of the back and forth across the start straight thing in Arenacross, but this looks pretty cool. We got like some jumps over the start straight. Somebody went down on the start straight. I probably would have just landed on them, but whatevs. Got good old Stefan Ron Kata trying to pass me, so I'm going to block past him back. Seems like the inside lines are the way to go in this game. Oh, preload over that double. It's such a weird feeling. Like, I wish I could describe it accurately to you guys. When you're just so locked into the ground, like with the way that the physics work in this game, you can come into a corner and it lays over and it works, you know, tremendously most of the time. Like, it just will stick and turn well. Occasionally you'll slide out, that happens. But then when you get off the ground and start floating, like the bike just turns into like nothing. Like, I could float for a while and then immediately start moving the bike around just like that, which is, I mean, it's not like terribly unrealistic because you can kind of do that in real life too, not to that degree, but you can definitely, like when you're a little bit off-centered or something, you can throw your weight around and make the bike turn this way or that way. Not actually turn, but you could, I mean, like lean one direction or the other. So I'm not saying that that's the worst thing, but it just kind of emphasizes what I mean by that point of you get in the air and it's just like feather suddenly. Like nothing crazy's happening and then just wham, you can throw it sideways. You can definitely see those ruts digging in a lot more on this track, the terrain deformation. Interesting. Starting to get the whips down a little bit too. It's a very hard technique to learn from what I've gathered so far. Honestly speaking, I think I'm better at throwing oppos in this game already than I am at throwing regular whips, but maybe I need to play a little bit more to get to an equal level. Here, I'll throw an oppo on the finish line. Oh, and as I say that, it looks absolute trash when I do it. That is pretty much my channel in a nutshell. All right, won the Arenacross series. 118 points. So, I mean, like, I don't think I can redo the events. Race results. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Bam. So I'll go to options. So that'll exit. I want to just take a look and make sure that it shows the Arenacross as having been completed. And I wonder if I unlocked anything else, because I needed like 3 trophies to unlock the next part of the career mode, I guess is what you would call it. The career mode isn't really a career mode per se. There's just a bunch of series that you can do, and the Arenacross series is one of them, obviously. So like if you go into events and go to series, then yeah, so amateur Arenacross 100% complete on medium difficulty. And next up, excuse me, I have the UTV Open Cross series. So that's what it was called, was Open Cross. Still need to finish amateur motocross and off-road as well, which is like waypoint racing. Excuse me. So these are the different types of events. I got Supercross, Nationals, Open Cross, Waypoint, Freestyle, Free Ride, 6 different types. So we'll get into those eventually. I'll also play online. I'm probably going to do online racing tomorrow. If you're watching this video, by tomorrow I mean Friday the 23rd, I'm going to be doing some live streaming. That'll probably be a lot of multiplayer stuff, doing some online stuff. This is pretty cool. They have pretty much all the same Supercross names, but the tracks aren't the same, obviously. These are completely different looking tracks from what I normally would see. How about that track map? That looks insane. So this is pretty cool. They have all the way up to Las Vegas, which is absolutely chaotic. Look at that track map. And then Echo Valley Supercross, and then this is the Nationals. Bunch of different nationals. Then the open cross stuff. Then the other open cross stuff. Oh, there's a horseshoe or an oval. More open cross, more open cross. Yep. Just lots and lots and lots of stuff. This is arcade mode, which I don't know. Oh, this is 2-player split screen. Cool. Didn't know they had that in the game. And then back to the series. So that was just a quick synopsis there. Let's go to the rider and let's make some froggy fresh looking dudes here. I'm going to start with the gear just because I feel like that's a good way to start with a color scheme. What do I want? This is some brand new Alias stuff here. All new Alias stuff. I like Alias stuff, but I'm not sold on it. All the new A-Star stuff, all the new Answer gear. This is like all, I'm not kidding, like this is 2018 line gear. So that's pretty cool to see. We got Fast House. Lots of different Fast House options, honestly. That's pretty cool. Whew. Fast House, Fast House, Fast House. Over and over. And then we got the new Fly stuff. Go around back. This is actually a couple years ago, Fly stuff right there. This is brand new, the Kinetic Era. And I think the Kinetic Evo is as well. The Kinetic Light is brand new. Kinetic Outlaw, I think, is a year old. Lots of different fly options. Brand new Fox. The Priest. The Visa. Clutch. FXR. JT. Moose. I don't know what to run, man. This is chaotic. It's cool that Moto Option got in the game with their gear too. They're not really like a super huge gear company. Pretty lowbrow apparel line that just started making gear, honestly, not that long ago. 365. Wow, Rocky Mountain ATV MC has gear in the game too. Then we get to 7. 7's got some cool stuff this year. I like some of their sets. Shift obviously has... Man, I could probably build a really cool Dean Wilson looking setup with the shift stuff that they have in this game. Dean Wilson setups have been on flipping point this year. So I think I might do that. I might go Dean Wilson. But they got the new Thor. All the different options there. Jeez, there are so many options. Like this is crazy. All the new TLD stuff as well. And I think, oh man, I wish I could go back up instead of have to go all the way through this here. I have to click one at a time all the way down because I was wanting to build that shift setup. All right, let's go to shift. I've decided. I've made my final decision. We are going with shift. So what do they got? We got navy, we got light gray, we got teal green, and we got navy. What do we got here? Black, white, red, black, black, yellow, black, white. Throwback. This is the Fro setup. By Fro, I mean Jeff Emig. Then we got the Blue Label 4th kind. That's the blue-red setup. I think Gautier Paulin debuted that stuff last year, actually. Then we got some black-gray stuff. And this is the White Label. Pretty cool looking stuff there. White Label Tarmac. Really unique stuff that Shift has. Let's go mainline here, I think is, well, no, let's do this one. Yeah, let's do yellow, black. Cool. And then from that, I'm hoping that this is possible. So I got the Instinct limited editions. How many different colorways we got here? Oh man, really kind of lame amounts of colorways for the Fox stuff. I was hoping there'd be more. What do they got for the shift stuff then? Yeah, there's those matching boots I was looking for. I gotta admit, I think that's a pretty cool setup. Dean Wilson runs red gloves. It's like a, what do you call them? A superstitious thing that he does. He's worn red gloves since his outdoor championship, I think. But I'm not going to completely replicate his setup, but I will go with, let's see. Oops. Oh, I don't have many options there. What about the protector? We got any yellow ones? A dark yellow? Purple, black, blue. The dark yellow doesn't really match. Does Shift have gloves? I don't even know. No, they don't. So maybe we will just replicate Wilson's setup. Get some red gloves. Why not? Whatever, let's just go full Dean Wilson here. His setup has inspired me. And helmet. Obviously, Dean Wilson, sponsored by Shift, runs a Fox V3. So this helmet right there, that V3 I actually have. But what would go best with this? And maybe that dark yellow, but I don't know. This is like the Chad Reed helmet right there. He's worn that so many times this year. Man, they don't have as many options as I expected. Got me thinking about that Shift helmet now. Or maybe even a Bell. Bell might be kind of cool, although it doesn't necessarily go with the gear. Full yellow. Just full yellow, match the gear. Everything. I'm gonna look at Bell. Bell helmets are really good looking helmets in my opinion. Really? 2 colorways? They give you 2 colorways to work with, the Bell helmets? I don't know about that, man. I think you gotta step your game up, Bell. I guess we could look at the 7 options because it's basically a Bell helmet, just the 7 colorways. I mean, I shouldn't say it's basically a Bell helmet. It is a Bell helmet, just with the 7 MX colorways. Man, I'm a little disappointed in the helmets. Just a touch. About 60. Can 60 come through, save the day? It's just that doesn't match, you know? And then like the red kind of goes with the gloves, but then the blue totally ruins it. And like the dark red, it's just, I'm not digging it. I'll go with the Shift helmet then. I get the Shift all yellow just to stay matchy looking here so I don't get way off tangent, and then finish it up with the goggles. Now I am a little bit more inclined towards 100%. It's not necessarily like my favorite goggle of all time or anything, but being a San Diego native, 100% is a San Diego company. So I like 100% goggles. Let's see. Does Fox have a set of goggles that goes with these Shift helmets? Should know more about this whole stuff, but I don't. Oakley also has air brakes. If that didn't have red, that'd be perfect. Red and white to match the gloves. Or black. Or white. Black, because they have the red red tint on the goggles. I like it. So I'm just decked out in yellow. Maybe I should make the bike yellow or something. I got all off tangent with the Dean Wilson inspiration. All right, so that is now saved. Cool. Let's go to the vehicle because I have some stuff left here. Got the Rainbow Road Rash set. Yellow doesn't look very good on that. So there's actually kind of a lot of options that you can do with the bike here. Like this is a 5150 Yamaha team kit, and it makes you run the blue because that's, you know, like their team kit, K1 Racing Speed, or K1 Racing, K1 Speed BW engine. So that's like a team, and all these different, it's like WUSA has a graphics kit, Factory Effects has a couple sets you could choose from, Fast Company graphics, Flue designs, moto option, N style, red label. Then they have the Rock River replica graphics, which again, they make you stick with what they give you. Rocky Mountain ATV MC graphics, SSI decals, throttle jockey. That's the Justin Barsha replica right there. Monster Cup, Justin Barsha look. It's pretty cool. Then back to the rainbow stuff. Let's see, what do I want to look at? Factory effects. Oh man, they don't have any colorway options, really? I'd have thought that they could let you play with the colorways a little bit like these guys can. What do I want to do? But run the white bike with a touch of yellow. Moto option. Why not? This is kind of cool too. You can edit the seat, and the seat actually has quite a few options. So we have the rainbow stuff. We have the knuckle, THQ knuckle. Like that's kind of unique. I'm gonna go with the rainbow knuckle, and then yeah. So I could do a custom palette here. So I'm gonna customize. I'm gonna go to this red one, and then this is gonna be really difficult for me to find what I want. I'm gonna try to get to yellow. I think it's like right here, maybe. Brighten it up a touch. Maybe go a little, well, it's going a little bit more green now. Don't know what that necessarily does. Keep brightening it up a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Looks decent enough. Got the bike looking pretty good here. Let's, the grips we should change because the grips are... Do that one. They have yellow? Yes, they do. Confirm. Got the whole shot device on. Handlebars will change because they got the red handlebar cover. Won't change that up. So it'll go real handlebar company. Let's actually go with the Pro Taper fat bars here. Contour bar. It's like black is all we get. Fine by me. So I got a pretty good looking bike here if I do say so myself. Alright, so. Cost me 10 grand to get the next engine upgrade. What else could I do? So I get like the Pro Circuit. Oh, you could get dual exhaust on this? That's pretty neat. It's like all these different ones pretty much do the same thing. I think I'm just gonna go with the one I have unlocked. Just so don't keep messing with it too much. Tires. Alright, we'll just run Dunlop, I guess. Full bore Dunlop. Sure. Wheels. Either get W or DID. Let's go W. Gold rims. Yellow rims. Probably thinking black rims, right? Looks good to me. Clutch. Get a Recluse or a Hinson? Let's get a Recluse. Suspension. Sorry, I'm biased, but we run Race Tech here at SYS. They've been a big supporter of us for a long time, so I'm running Race Tech. Oh, and then you get to choose a color. That's pretty cool. I like the gold, but I feel like the silver looks better. Or, oh, the black too. The gold's just so Normal. I think I like the black and the gold maybe. I don't know. I think this is that's looking pretty good. Sprocket. We got the Renthals, the Rainbow Sawtooth, Rainbow Axiom. Costs 400 to completely upgrade the sprockets, so we will do that. Let's see what options we have here. I'll run the black. Black. Got the handlebars. Let's see what we can do for brakes. Got the Rainbow Radius, the Rainbow Splice, or the THQ Hydro. Does it change? Oh yeah. So really just whatever you like to look at, I guess. It's cool you can change the color here. Or in gold brakes, why not? That's funny. Yeah, I think I upgraded everything then. The only thing I didn't upgrade all the way yet is I need to get 10,000 credits to get the full engine upgrade. And the suspension, I need another 10K to get the full upgrade there. So I got all this covered. So let's go to tuning and see, because now we have a lot of options with tuning. So engine, I got it peaked. Tires, let's use it to our advantage. Clutch. Looks like handling goes down with the more clutch you get. Put suspension all the way up. The power will go down a little bit apparently. So if you put these things like all the way up, some helps, others don't, I guess. So now we got everything in the mid 2 to high 2 range. Sick. Looking good. All right. Shall I ride around for a minute so you guys can see the new setup for a minute? Oh man. I gotta admit, this is actually a pretty good setup. So most of this video was customizing, but I feel like I wanted to really show off the in-depth customization option menu. See, I'm pretty terrible when it comes to the whipping. And throw a side whip here. It's really hard to bring it back centered. Probably the toughest thing about the whips in this game. I'm so bad. I'm gonna learn, but right now I am so bad. Alright, so that's gonna be another video. Did some Arenacross, did some customizing, and from here on out we're gonna just 250 up with all these upgrades on the bike. Maybe at one point I'll pull off to the side and upgrade the engine. Right now we are looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. But thank you guys for watching another video here on SYS. Plenty more coming in MX vs ATV All Out, and like I said, we'll be live streaming midday-ish tomorrow. Be sure to follow us on our social feeds. That's where we let people know about any streaming or anything that we're doing. So you can follow us there and keep up to date with us. All that stuff is in the description below. But thanks for watching another video here on SYS, and I'll see you guys in the next one.